and welcome to Voice with Julia and day 22 of our 30 days of breath support. Today, we're going to be talking about the relationship of pitch and breath support and how attending to your pitch can help you find your support. So stay tuned. But first, I would like to invite all the classical singers in the audience to check out our Lucca Bel Canto Institute, which is happening this summer in Lucca, Italy, September 9th through 16th. We'd be so happy to have you there if you're a professional singer, advanced classical singer, and you're interested in building up your vocal technique. So check out the link below and make sure you apply early.
Voice with Julia, change your voice, change your life.
Now, when we think about pitch, it seems obvious to us that you sing in tune, right? But when we're working on the support, attending to the nuances of our pitch can help highlight those areas that we're neglecting in our support, and actually fixing the pitch, okay, the relative pitch of our, or intonation of our singing can help get us on the support. Now, why is that? Oftentimes we are thickening our chords inadvertently in parts of our range, even in easy parts of our range, like our middle voice, right? Middle voice, everybody has issues here, okay? And it's the easiest to get away with because there's no high notes. This shouldn't be any problem, right? We just sing, it's easy. No, 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 no. It's where all problems begin, middle voice, full stop. So what we want to do is start listening as to how the pitch tells us about our registration. When our chords are thicker, we are allowed, our body is able to push air through that shouldn't be. So we're allowed to collapse our breath system because the chords are thicker. In the middle voice, this is not too much of a problem. You won't hear it as a problem. You might even kind of like the sound. Oh, I sound really rich and full and this is awesome. And then all of a sudden you go to the top and you can't do it. Or something happens, you can't do it, right? There's no stamina. So how our pitch determines how we're using our breath support is when we're able to really tune into the finest intonation. We can fix the relative thick or thinness of our vocal folds, okay? And so when we are attending to this intonation, you'll find that more than often we're sagging low on pitches, which means we're thickening inadvertently, which means we're actually not supporting, because when the chords are thinner, we actually have to support more. And what does support mean? Holding off air from the voice, not sending air to the voice. We don't need any help doing that, because if you run up a flight of stairs and you go, the air just comes out, right? So you don't need to work to send the air out. You have to work to keep the air back. So when our support is working, it indicates that our vocal folds are at the thinnest possible place that they should be, right? For ideal classical singing, and our support is working. When our support is just a little bit lazy, the chords will thicken against the airflow, okay? And so oftentimes that will equate with a darker tone, or in our heads, not necessarily out there. In our heads, it will sound kind of darker and maybe a little bit low in pitch. So let me give you an example. If we sing like Z, okay? Now, if I were to really tune that, if I were to start using my brain and really think about each note, because I didn't support there, I just kind of sang. Now I'm going to sing a different way, and I want you to listen to the difference. C versus C, C. You hear how the pitch is just a little bit low. C instead of C. You hear the difference? So when you start to fix your intonation, let's say you're doing a descending scale, da, 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 just that part, right? If you go, now I'm showing with my hands that I'm collapsing the support. You hear that the pitch kind of dropped and that the sound changed, the quality changed. But if I go, we keep the buoyancy going up, up, up. So the way that I do that is I really think high, 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 high. That keeps the chords from thickening too much, right? If I just go, it crashes, okay? And then the breath support collapses. This takes the pressure. I'm thinking high, 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 high as I come down. Okay, so this is just another technique that you can use to help get yourself on your support. Thinking high as you're coming down, right? And thinking that the pitches in general are a lot higher placed in terms of the overtone intonation, okay? So play around with that idea and see if that helps you, especially in your middle voice. I don't mean you to think that a high note is super high. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about here in the middle voice, that you're really attending to that intonation and staying on your breath, okay? So I hope this was helpful, and I will see you all tomorrow.